Ícaro, Ícaro. Vamos lá, tem um gato aí, ó. Pendurado. Tem um gato pendurado aí. Pé chulé? Pé chulé? Seu Pepe chulé. Pepe chulézento. Tô sentindo seu catinga de chulé de longe, hein? Tô sentindo essa catinga de chulé de longe, hein? Você tá catinha quentinha, hein? Você tá catinha quentinha, hein? Para de gritar aí, cara. Tá abusando, hein? Não fica não. Pode ficar tomando coca toda hora. Fica fraco. Fica fraco e peidorreiro. Não é botar aqui, cara. Vou botar ali.
Revelio.
Aí, não bate. Qual que é a minha próxima missão? Até me perdi. The Shadow Discovery. Speak to Sebastian Undercroft. Mum's the word. A dragon. Brief. The brief. Tá. Para de tomar coca aí, tô te avisando. Vamos lá na sala. Não tô brincando não, Ícaro. Chega de tomar coca. Tomou bastante já. Chega, hein? Para com isso. Chega já deu.
What are you up to now?
What you up to now? Ih, ó, quase derrubou ainda. É o Omnis que me veio entrar aqui, nem sair, na verdade. Eu tirei o upscale, agora que eu me toquei. Tirei o upscale e o jogo ficou muito melhor. Tava tudo zoado, os cabelos zoados, a roupa zoada. Travando, feito uma loucura. Eu tirei o upscale e o jogo melhorou 1000%, gente. Pra ver as texturas agora, esse upscale tá me fudendo.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium? Salazar Slytherin's spellbook.
Até o cabelo dos caras ficou melhor.
But fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear.
Não, vou aprender as duas.
That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
It's okay?
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Arresto momentum confringo. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum glacius.
Expelliarmus. Eu joguei o jogo inteiro zoado porque eu fui burro.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message
Natsai.
mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer, this
Careful.
She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you. And she is right. I do not want you visiting.
Nossa, eu tirei o upscale e acabou os problemas.
future.
But
Caralho,
Mother,
gente.
My
Acabou.
little gazelle,
Olha,
you
tá
are
agora
well
tudo
intentioned,
bonitinho.
but
Nossa,
you
se
must
tivesse isso
not
antes.
meddle in the affairs of
Provavelmente
dangerous
no
people.
Last of Us também tinha.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, father would still be with us.
Deixa isso aí agora, daqui a
I
pouco ele
must get
volta.
to class. Perhaps your friend can
Aí,
get
Carol.
you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says
About
that
it.
no creature,
About it.
especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them.
Tá bom?
My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that awkward conversation. Look out!
Para de loucura aí. Não vai sair, cair nada. E Carol, tá me achando louco? Vou te botar pra dormir. Sobe lá e fica quietinho, então. Chega. Ele não vai contigo. Tu fica pulando, se agarrando em cima dele. Porque é quietinho. Tem que ficar quietinho pra ele ficar quietinho também. Quer dormir. Ficar pulando, se jogando.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Glad you came.
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'll have to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favor for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Doc can tell you where he
Cara, o
might have
par de
dropped
gritar, eu já falei. Vou botar de castigo lá no quarto, hein?
North of Hogsmeade. Do give Dot my love.
Não.
Escondi sim. Você escondeu ela. Vou jogar aqui no chão. Vem pegar. Não
vai se machucar e ficar descendo por esse buraco aí. Quer uma mamá, Ícaro? Quer uma mamá?
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Tá bom.
Bardo Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Hello, Mrs. Sprotle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see.
Yes, Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's
Wiggenweld
correct.
potion.
My darling Aiden used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprotle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Tá bom.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you.
Só uma porrada devo ter.
The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprotle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aiden died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aiden took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk lumps and collect the box of letters there.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprotle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
O que ela quer? Já desapareci já. Já desapareci. Para aí, Carol.
Expelliarmus!
Para aí, Carol. Para, tô te falando. Chega.
You can feed a beast, or it can feed you. I prefer the latter. They come after me. I'll stick them like a knocktail.
O que ele tá se aquecendo? Não tem nada ali. Não tem doido. Para aí, Carol. Chega. Chega.
I dream of making a...
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprotle mentioned. Your poaching days are over.
Sai daí, gato. Sai. Tá muito chato, Icaro. Nossa senhora, hein?
To find Sirona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more hawk lumps. Better have a look around. See about the hawk lumps and the box of letters. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprotle should be pleased. Confringo! Revelio! Either I have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Arresto momentum.
Como a gente será que é boa contra o... Que é de fim, é bom? Você? Você?
Arresto momentum finger. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
O que foi, Ícaro? Ícaro.
Arresto momentum. Confringo. Defender. Places. Potato. Confringo. Places. Arresto momentum. Defender. Rest easy, my large friend. That's all the whole clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Cara, é chato esse troço.
This must be Sorona's box of letters.
E Carol?
Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Quem que é irmãozinho? Quem que é irmão dele, cara? É, ela é irmã deles, do irmão. Vem meu desenho aqui, cara, vem.
That's all the whole clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Revelio.
Então, tem umas portas que eu não...
Revelio. Confringo.
Deixa ele ali, cara. Deixa ele ali. Para de chatice.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Ele saiu.
Confringo.
Saiu sim. Saiu pra se livrar de ti, que fica parando, fica apertando ele.
Revelio. I should take this box of letters to Sirona. I think that's everything.
Cara, não peguei as cartas aqui. Tá muito chato hoje, meu Deus do céu, hein?
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
If you work all day with your hands, you're no better than a muggle.
It's its own Quidditch team.
Can't imagine how I'd have felt as a boy if my headmaster cancelled Quidditch.
In my house. If only I could invent a new potion. Mr. Oliver seems to spend more time cleaning up the shop from Eric Wildcard, not to actually sell it.
Chore's not so bad. I don't mind the odd one without magic.